What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the DNA Design DK-23 upgrade kit for the Earthrise Scorponok. So this is an older figure. I recently picked this up. I actually got this on G. Tony's recommendation. I preferred to get the one that goes with Headmasters. I had Black Zarak and I swapped it out for this. So I did want to take a look at this set because it gets him a little bit taller. Gets his to be a little bit more proportional. So if you take a look at his legs, he does seem a little squat on these. Let's take a look. I had to get in closer so you can see what I'm doing. So we'll take a look at this leg and we'll get started. All right, so starting out with his right leg here, just have it posed so you can kind of see everything. You want to remove these 3 screws here. That'll allow you to take apart this thigh. It will separate the leg. So once we do that, we'll just kind of show it and we'll move the figure away. All right, now we have those screws out. You're going to go ahead and pull these apart, and don't lose the screws just to the new part. So I believe these are interchangeable. They're identical. And actually, here's the back just to show. They do look like they're the same. So I think you can use either one, but go ahead and just take this. We'll move this out of the way. And you're going to remove this from here. And there's a couple of pieces you got to take out of here. So you need these ratchet pieces. So take this and set those aside. And there's one more in here. So you need all 3 of those to come out. Okay, go ahead, and these pieces can be set aside. You don't need this anymore. All right, next we're going to remove these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and get those out. And these screws are actually not very tight. I was surprised. They're pretty easy to remove. All right, now that we have those 3 screws out, come to this side, open this up. You want to remove this from here. It's just pegged on right there. Set this aside because you're going to need it with the new kit. Then we can pull this apart. And here's the old kit. We do need this piece here. So keep that. And then the old piece is going to be set aside. So go ahead and set that aside. We also need this ratchet piece right here. So you can grab that. And you can remove this piece right here. So basically remove these 2 side green parts, set those aside. All right, now we'll reinstall the new piece here. So make sure you have the right side. And we took off the right leg, so you should have this peg here on the side. So go ahead and pull this apart. And there's a piece on the top. And you need that piece to go right here. So make sure you have it lined up like this. And it's just going to sit right there, like that. So go ahead and hold this and line this up. And make sure you get this on the front, of course. And give that a nice push. And that'll go in just like that. Right? And make sure it's all the way on. It should be nice and tight up against there. Go ahead and take this ratchet piece here. That's going to face upwards. And they do give you some ratchet filler pieces here. Basically these little rubber pieces. I believe they give you 6 or 8 total. And you need, for the upper part of the leg, you need 4 each. So you're going to have to save those for that. I guess this one is fine. Maybe this ratchet doesn't need it. Go ahead and take these. Put this back on. And now we can assemble the other side of the leg. So go ahead and take this. Line up the tabs or the pegs with the slots. Make sure this ends up on the front. Once you have everything lined up, give it a nice squeeze. Make sure it's all the way together. And then go ahead and insert the 3 screws. Now they give you new screws. You want to use those. So they're these smaller black screws. I don't know if the threads are different or if it's any different than the original screws, which are just the silver. But since they're painted black, I'm just going to use the screws they provided. So go ahead and put those in on those 3 spots. All right, now that you've got those screws back there, you can come to this side take the panel that you removed, and that's just going to tab on right here. I'll show you like this. Pretty simple. I mean, just tabs right on, and then you can close this up, and it should all just peg back together like it did before. Right, now we're going to reassemble the top part. So go ahead and grab one of these. They're both the same, so it doesn't really matter. So open this up, and you can see the spots for those ratchets that we took out. So go ahead and grab those ratchets. And now we're going to use those rubber gaskets. So go ahead and take 2 of them, put them together, and insert those in here, just like that. And that'll give this ratchet a little bit of strength because it gives a little resistance as it pushes down on this. And I don't know if I need it or not. I mean, the ratchets are plenty strong, but I figured I have it apart, might as well do it. All right, so get that one back in there. And let's see, we have a few other ones. We want to take this one here. And how does this go? This goes like this. And this is actually a latch for, you know, basically to connect it. Make sure you get this all the way in, like that. And then this one, same thing. Put the 2 gaskets in there and then install them into here. At least that's what they show anyway. And then get that inserted right here. And make sure you have it like this, horizontally, not vertical. And that just fits right there inside like that. Right now that we have this all assembled, that's just going to tab in right here, or slot in, I guess. And now we can attach this back on to his leg. All right, and there it is, back on with the ratchet gear up here. I just have him standing on his old leg part. It actually fits perfectly because obviously you're going to have one short leg and one long leg as you're doing this. Go ahead and take the other half of this thigh piece. That's going to fit right here. Make sure you line up the tabs there. So it should look like that. And then you're going to put in the 3 screws there. So go ahead and do that. And then you've got one leg done. So there it is with the new leg here. And I have the old one here just for comparison before I change it out. And for some reason on camera, it is actually looking like a slightly darker green. In person, in front of my eyes, it looks identical. It's pretty darn close. I can't tell the difference. But I'm not sure why the camera's picking up a slightly different color. But anyway, you can see they've lengthened the shin here. So this section right here is a little bit longer, obviously, compared to this. And then obviously the thigh piece here is longer than this. So that's really the difference. It just gives you that extra height. We will look at them fully in the, complete view, but I just wanted to show you this before I go off and change out this leg. All right, and there's Scorponok, fully modified with the taller legs, and I like it. I like the way it looks. I think they did a good job making it look stock, but still giving it that extra height. Now, the ratchets all still work, so just to demonstrate, that's the lower ratchet, that's fine. There's the upper ratchet. You have the rotation here, everything still works the way it's intended. And you can still transform it, so it's just a little bit longer. So that really works for me. I really like it. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Moon Studios Radiatron, their version of Raiden, and the Transform Element Optimus Prime. And I really like the size here. It really works for me. Just a little bit bigger than the traditional combiners, but not so big that I can't fit it into my display. And that's kind of what I wanted. So there you go. So final recommendations on the DNA designed leg upgrade kit for the Earthrise Scorponok. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. I think it's a really good set. If you're looking to increase the size of this guy ever so much, I mean, it's really a few inches, then this is the perfect kit. It looks stock. It looks like it came just like this. I don't think anybody could really tell with their naked eye unless I told them. Now, the green on this is a little bit off from the green on this, but to be honest, unless I had told you that, you're not going to know. This looks just stock, really. The purple and silver. All of the plastic is really good quality. It's high quality. It feels like just like the original. There's nothing kind of missing there. The only thing I would kind of say is it is a kind of expensive set. It's $50. And you are left with these parts, by the way, leftover parts from the old legs and thighs. So just keep that in mind. You guys could use that for something else. But and $50 to increase the size, that does add to the cost of this Titan class figure. So you had to kind of think about that. But for me personally, it's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted it bigger. I don't need the weapons, all the other stuff they have. Now there's 2 other upgrade kits for this figure from DNA Design. I'm not planning to get those. I think this is really all I needed. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.